be getting your purse. When you fucking with a nigga, girl, you gotta have goals. Or you're trying to be a lawyer, or you're trying to be a nurse. Give that.
What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's the legend coming to you live from the 215. Definitely ain't safe outside. How y'all doing today? Damn, my opinion. Knowledge in the building. What's up, Zelda Edler? Too big for skinny jeans. What's up, partner? How you doing today? Me and mine's good to see you in the building. Hey, Miss Sam Rowe, how you doing? How's everybody doing on this Tuesday, early mid-evening? Man, we have issues out here, man. I'm gonna bring it to y'all though, because I'm feeling some type of way, y'all. I'm really feeling some type of way about an incident that occurred a few days ago. Um, Let me pull this little article up for y'all. Let me go to my page. This one. There. Yeah, we need some explain. We got some explaining to do around here. We're going to explain, get to the bottom of this one here.
You don't need therapy, is what I used to tell myself all the time. Fortunately, now I realize there's absolutely no shame.
Learning more about the man shot and killed by an off-duty Philadelphia police detective last week. Tonight, his family speaking to Fox 29 and demanding answers about his death and the moments that led up to the gunshots. And Jeff, you spoke with family and their attorney today.
I did. The family of Robert Jones not only is demanding, of course, more details about his killing Thursday night by an off-duty Philadelphia homicide detective, but they say it may have been that Jones thought he was helping a stranded motorist. Michael Jones comforts his 70-year-old mother as friends gather in the Wilson Park community where his brother Robert grew up. His family says Robert Jones, 54, a longtime worker turned supervisor at a Northeast Philly metal manufacturer, is the man killed Thursday evening when an off-duty homicide detective shot him. What do you make of the fact that he was killed by an off-duty police officer?
It angers me a lot, but I got to stay focused. I got to stay under control.
Police report it was 11:30 Thursday night when the 43-year-old off-duty detective stopped his car in the turn lane of Willits Road near Holm Avenue with Jones' 2019 Kia behind him. Jones was shot through the window as he approached the detective's car on the driver's side. The family's attorney said he was unarmed and may have been trying to help what he thought was a stranded motorist.
You have an armed officer shoot and kill an unarmed person who is certified to do roadside assistance and is wearing a reflective jacket.
Did your brother possess a gun?
No.
Did he have a gun? You
No.
ever know him to have a gun?
No.
Police have released no other details about the shooting, including the detective's name. Despite searching a storm drain Thursday, police have not reported finding a gun. The detective fired his personal weapon. The Jones family says Robert, one of four brothers who was a self-taught artist, worked for 10 years on the Eagles ground crew.
To me, I feel as though whatever they're trying to save the officer, but at the same time they're trying to just put a stain on my brother's name. By my account, this is an unjustified shooting, and unjustified shootings should be accompanied by criminal charges.
Now, we certainly need to know a lot more of what happened here Thursday night at 11:30. Philadelphia police did not release new or further details today. We were in contact, certainly, with the Philadelphia Police Department during the day today. The Jones family is angry, incensed, in fact, about early reports that this may have been some attempted carjacking. Absolutely false, they say.
Facts.
Live here in Northeast Philly, Jeff Cole, Fox 29.
All right, y'all. So y'all see what we got going on here? So Tone, I call him Tone, man. I call the boy Tone. Like, that's one of my young boys. I watched Tone grow up, him and his brothers. I watched them all. They live right around the corner from me when I lived in the projects. Like, Tone was a dude, man. Like, he wasn't one of them dudes who was ever into the streets. Everybody in our neighborhood that was into the streets was good with Tone. They fucked with him. You know, they had love for him. As Tone got older, he still didn't involve himself in the streets, even though he was with one of the like biggest crews from the projects, the Monopoly Boys. He rolled with the Monopoly Boys because he went to school with all them guys. They all grew up together. But Tone, he lived his own life, you know what I mean? And I went away and I came home. I hadn't seen Tone in a while. Then I started seeing him around my folks, you know, because he always out the projects coming through, you know what I mean? And we frequent the same spots. And that's one of my favorite guys. We was just at a party together. We just took the picture I got on my thumbnail. We just took that picture in April at a party. You know what I mean? My first inclination when I heard about this was because I know Tone, he was a single man, always had his own crib, own everything. Tone always did him. And the ladies loved him. Like, I mean, Tone always, he was like what we called him savoir faire. You know what I'm saying? Because Tone can all the women love Tone. He was a gentleman. He just hung around street guys. Boss man Ray Triggs in the building. What's up, Brody? Young Riyadh, Assalamu alaikum, Aki. How you doing today? So yeah, Tone, man, he always, always with the women. He come in, he bought a bar out, you know what I mean? Good, great dude, man. And for them to first put out that a dude, now this is what messed me up from the rip. I knew it was some foul play. I got my own car. It's registered to me in my name. His car was licensed. It was his car. The title was in his name and everything. Why would a sane man, even if you is in the streets, why would you go carjack another person with your own personal car? So you mean tell me you're going to jump out your car, carjack a nigga, jump in his car, leave your car so you can get, come on, that's asinine right there. So we know that's goofy. Tone don't play with no gats. Tone don't play with no gun. I know that boy all his life. Never with the gunplay. Never with that kind of smoke. He ain't no pussy by far because he from the neighborhood. We don't build them. But he was just not into that life. And everybody applauded him for that. Like, especially guys like me. You know what I mean? I never want to see them guys come up like I did. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got to go through it, I always encourage them. You know what I mean? Stick with what y'all doing. They had a crew, the Monopoly Boys. Some of them was rappers. Some of them was designers. He's an artist, self-taught artist. They used to make the fly jackets with the rhinestones and all that. Faces all on them. Some of them, the Monopoly Boys, sold dope. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, Tone was a good kid. And he grew up to being an excellent, a great man. You know what I'm saying? And for them to say, what's up, Adulterated Truth? How you doing, bro? For them to say, yeah, out there in Northeast, man. And then the thing about it was, it's cameras everywhere. No cameras there in that spot. And that gave me the thinking, man, like, yo. Because, in Philadelphia, the police, they hang in the same after-hour spots and clubs that we be in. The same element that they are off duty, they in the same spots we in. And then in the city, it's a lot of guys who, like, I even got homies that are police officers now. So a lot of these cops today they young boys. Some of them are cowards because it's a cowardly act to shoot a motherfucker without even rolling your window down. He shot that boy. He ain't even roll his window down. So there was no, hold on for a minute. Give me a minute, Chop. Yes. What's up, bro?
Not much. You off work?
Yeah, I'm doing a live right now, though, bro.
Oh, all right.
All right.
All
right, cool. No problem. All right. Walaikum salam. Yeah, so like for them to just try to put these accusations on him that he had a gun and he approached this car. And as y'all heard in the news report, Tone was certified to help people. That's what he do. He thought he probably seen somebody in distress. And that's what he do, man. That boy was a good dude, man. Like when they say somebody give you the shirt off their back, I've seen him do it. I've seen Tone take care of folks, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, my first inclination was like, damn, I wonder if Tone was hitting that boy girl or something. Because you know how guys get when somebody messing with a female. And I know Tone, like, he just a magnet. He was a magnet for chicks. And you know what I mean? Like, because the situation is like he was lured to that spot. You know what I mean? A car sitting there, you get out your car and you walk up to it and they shoot you in your face. Unprovoked, that's what happened. And then they even brought the bulldozer out there, digging up the street, looking for a gun. They could dig to China. Tone ain't had no gun. I guarantee that. I know that for a fact. A couple Saturdays ago, me, Tone, and two others, we was at a gambling spot. You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, Tone is from the street. I told y'all before, like, there's guys that's from the neighborhood who are, far as if you talk to them, they could talk to you on the street level. They know what's going on in the streets, but they're not with that. Hey, Hershey Kisses, how you doing? Good to see you in the building. They not with that. And people don't understand that, like, we don't encourage that. Just because I'm in the streets and I'm running around and I got a friend, I say friend, you know what I mean, that's not into that, I'm not going to encourage him to do that. And we never encouraged Tone to break his code and be what he wanted to be. And that was his own man. He always was his own man. You know what I mean? And I really, really think when they get down and dirty and deep in this investigation, it's going to be a woman involved, man. I'm telling you, man. I just got that feeling. Yeah, TMK Media. What's up, brother? I just got that feeling, man, that the boy might have, you know, bought somebody, woman, some drinks or something, and, you know, wined or dined or something, and, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, the cops be having hit. I know for a fact that cops be having hidden agendas, you know what I mean, and motives, especially when they you be seeing them outside of work, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we go to a what's the spot? We call it we call it their hangout, but we hang in there. What's the joint up Huntington Park? Truth, what's the joint up Huntington Park that the cops always go to? The club. Huh? It's right next to the police station. Nah. Not that one. Mm-mm. Well, it's a spot that they go to, and everybody go there. It's a hot spot. But the police officers, the SEPTA officers, everybody, they hang in that spot. And when, you know, like, you're a 9-to-5 guy. I'm a 9-to-5 guy, but it's nothing against being a 9-to-5 guy. But you can't do it like a dude that's out here in the streets getting money. You can't get the women that the dude out here in the street getting money. And a lot of police officers, they be having complexes that come from, I don't know, maybe childhood, you know, not being a only thing that they're identified now by is the gun and the badge. You know, all their life, they might have been the one that been picked on and teased. That's why I think there should be some more, as far as the psychological evaluation for becoming a police officer. Because some of these, if you're a police officer and you're so scared that you shoot somebody without asking any questions, you don't even roll your window down, you're either a bona fide coward or you was waiting and waiting for that guy. Nah, not Trustees on 11th Street. It's up Huntington Park. Oh, man, near the police station. Oh, man. It's not the FOP. Lou and Chews. Hershey Kisses. There you go. There you go. Lou and Chews. That's the spot that police and everybody be hanging up. But the street guys being Lou and Chews heavy. And we be getting in the altercations with police. We don't know you're a cop. You don't know what I'm into. And sometimes them cops, they take that shit outside. They feel some type of way. They feel slighted. You know what I mean? Because you might have came in and you just walked in. He been in there all day. You know what I mean? Trying to get, you know, and you just, you know, you got like what Tone had. You know what I mean? It wasn't even about the money. It wasn't even about the look. He just a, you know, he just a fly nigga. That's, you know what I mean? He was just a fly nigga. And that was that. He just had something, you know what I mean? And this not the first time that a friend of mine close got killed by the police. You know what I mean? Correctional officers being, oh, do they Hershey kisses? Like they be in there. I think the police and the correctional, the SEPTA cops and the jail cops be up in Lou and Choose the most. I don't even go in there no more. I don't even go to Lou. I stopped going to Lou and Choose a long time ago. You know what I mean? But Tone used to be up in there a lot. He liked those kind of spots, but he's a working man, you know what I mean? And he, you know, he felt comfortable in those spots. Losing Tone is a hurt piece. Yeah, that's a hurt piece because like I just be looking at all these like fuck niggas that's just existing. They're not even living. This nigga was out here living life as a single man should. He ain't had no kids. All his responsibilities were on him, and he took care of them to the highest degree. You know what I mean? He used to be down there at the Eagles game on the field, you know what I mean? Parlaying with the players and all that. You know what I mean? Like he had a lot of connections. And then with that, on top of that, he can always be seen with, you know, you seeing with a guy like me. You know what I mean? Like what, you know, I ain't no Tone was, nah, it's not that he wanted, that's my people's, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't got to be a part of the streets to be with the guys. You know, that's how much respect we have for him, man. You know, but my neighborhood, man, it was known for killing cops. Yeah, that's why we get a stigma when guy from my neighborhood get killed. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, man, it was a time when it was like we gonna kill when a cop got killed in our neighborhood. The police would come out there and they were actually hunting. They would hunt. They would go on a hunt. You know what I mean? You know, I watched them choke out. I didn't actually watch and stand there and witness it, but I know how it go. And they choked the homie out, choked him out like they did on Do the Right Thing. You remember how they did Radio and Do the Right Thing? Radio Raheem? That's how they did my man Hakeem. They choked him out like that. You know, my man Dante, you know, he used to drink that. He was a juice sipper. He used to like to sip juice. And he would pull over in his whip, you know what I'm saying? And just nod out, you know, and he just be dipping and shit. And can you imagine like you sleep in your car and somebody just flash a light in your face and you pop up, he's shooting. They shot down in his face. And all he was doing was sleeping in his car. You know what I mean? And the thing they did about that, man, I watched my man Pop. I watched him try to, even though he ran, he was getting handcuffed. And you know how the police put your hand behind your back? And as they was putting his other hand, he spun off and ran. And that cop aimed, shot, and fired, man. And knocked the side of his head off, man. That's 3 right there. You know what I mean? And then they sweep this shit under the rug. They take these police and they reassign them, what they call it, the desk jobs, and you know what I mean? Things like that, man. And that's like the biggest gang in my city right now, the police. You know, and my thing be like, I'm not speaking on guys like Tone, you know what I'm saying? I be speaking on guys who, you know, out there active in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially like you a nigga he quick to pull his gun on you and will air you out. But a police make that nigga put his hands up and let him search you and take your gun from you. You know, I never understood that mentality. You know what I mean? For a guy who's supposed to be active in the streets. You don't supposed to have no picks. You know what I mean? And that's not a good, I'm not saying that's a good thing, But that's the way I came up. You know what I mean? I seen, I remember my old head Dre, he knocked the police off, you know what I'm saying? And it was like he was going to do the same thing to me. And I understand that. Like, if this cop is going, why would I let a cop kill me when I'm not going to let a regular black, just because he got on a uniform, he supposed to have a right to be able to just kill me and we justify it? Nah, I ain't living like that. We never supposed to be in a society where we are afraid of the people who are supposed to be protecting society. What that's asinine. That's ludicrous, man. That's crazy, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, man, if something happened to me, my first instinct is not to call the police. They're not on the list of people I'm calling if I got problems. And because they're no help to me. They've never been of any help to me. You know what I'm saying? And my environment and coming up where I come from, man, this is the outcome of what we get from the police. You know what I mean? We come up under a mayor. His name was Frank Rizzo. And he used to be, I'm talking about the mayor. He used to be on the front line with his motherfucking nightstick ready for the riots against the black folk. You know what I'm saying? He be ready. But you know what I mean? He had it known. He had it established. Y'all stay over there with that, and my people stay over here with that. You know what I'm saying? And you knew what you was getting from the police. Our city is one of the most corrupt cities as far as police. No matter how many black police chiefs we done, all our police chiefs get out of here, yo. Quick, they take this job and they realize they are overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Because we got killers from 8 to 80 damn near. You know what I'm saying? We got 12-year-old murder. The young boy, 1 year ago, he was on the cover of ESPN magazine for track and field. You know what I'm saying? Little young boy. This year, he on the most wanted poster. He got 4 homicides, killed one of the biggest rappers in Philly, YBC Duel. He just got knocked for killing that young boy. He's 15 years old. And that's how I understand how come these cops be so scary and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't no they don't have no thought process when they get into a confrontation. Hey, Miss Things, how you doing today? Good to see you in the building. They don't know how to when they get into a confrontation. They're egotistical in their approach to you know what I'm saying? Because that badge and that gun and that uniform gives them a sense of power that they don't have when they take it off. And you ask me how I know, because like I said, I be in the same clubs with them and stuff like that. We be in the same spots. And they don't act like they act with them uniforms when they ain't got them uniforms on. You know what I'm saying? And that be the problem. They the type that'll pull up on you, right? A week or so later, it might be a week later, you might be riding and shit. Motherfucking cop pull you over and ask you, yo, you remember me? You like, who the fuck is you? Like, yeah, remember? We was at such and such spot. You had a lot to say. You be like, yo, like, ain't you a cop, my nigga? Like, you laughing at this joker. But that's the mentality of the police officers here in Philadelphia. That's why I call them the gang. Y'all, they're gang to me. You know what I mean? They're gang to me. And like I said, I get it. I know everybody prone to make mistakes. But not even a stupid ass street nigga is going to carjack somebody. And I thought when you carjack, you supposed to be carjacking somebody in a car better than yours. Tone had a 2019. Boy car was 2006, 2007, some shit like that. Like Tone probably, listen, man, I know for a fact Tone was doing better than most police officers. He get more money than most police officers. And he a working man. He a working man too. But it's just how he move, the way he moved, man. Tone always been up and ain't never sold a drug in his life, man. You know what I mean? He always worked, man. Always been a working guy, man. You know what I mean? That's why I know it's some foul, shady shit. Like, come on now. I gotta work, I got a reflector vest on. You know, I walk up to your car, like the first thing you should do is put your window down. If you're a cop, even if you're scared, you know, at least just, you know, if I tap on your window, you tell me, yo, I'm good. I don't need no help. I'm straight. The police ain't nothing but a gang. They hella scary, and the street guys have weight. And that's why I said, like, yo, you pull me over. I got the same 4.0 that the Popo got. Me and you got the same gun. Plus, I got a fucking extendo that's longer than you. Ain't got what I got. Y'all don't have that kind of ammunition that guys in the street. That's a fact, Sam, bro. You know what I mean? Like, the police just start carrying automatics. I remember y'all was carrying revolvers and shit. You know, his brother works at City Hall, so this won't be swept under the rug. And that's a good thing. Not only that, you know, they mind knows his mother watched me grow up. Like, I know his whole fucking family, man. Like, they got a lawyer from the rip. They got a good lawyer too. You know what I'm saying? From the rip. See, that's another reason why us black people be getting the short end of the sticks when it comes to unjust situations like this, because we don't be having the finances, the cop attorney and shit, somebody to speak for us and stuff. You know what I mean? Because if ain't nobody going to speak for us, we basically, they got it. You know, that's why I'm glad. And even if he wouldn't, the way he got love out here, it wasn't going to be it's just wasn't going to be swept under the rug. The people not going to let that happen. Even if he didn't have a loving, caring family, the people wouldn't have let his name just go down in vain like that, as him being some sort of criminal or something like that. Nah. That's one of the most upstanding dudes you will ever want to meet. You know what I'm saying? And for him to go out like that, it just messes me up, because I see all these fuck niggas and shit that just be existing. Like, yo, like, and if you look at it on real time, you question that, like, damn, why couldn't it, you know? And I tell you, like, it should have been that nigga. This nothing nigga that's doing nothing for nobody. He can't even do nothing for himself. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you boom him? Let the real niggas continue to be real out here. You know? It just bothers me, man. It bothers me, man. Shit. And just what my man Cube said, just think if niggas decide to retaliate. Just think. Just think. I think that's what they be wanting for, so they can just bring the army in. That's what they want to do. They want to bring the National Guards in these neighborhoods, man, and just shut it down, man. You know. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. Like, we not gonna let this one rest. I'm a definitely keep y'all posted on how this thing going, man. Because this happened Thursday. I believe this happened Thursday night. Yesterday they had the news media come out the end and spoke to his brother and whatnot. His mom, she devastated. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is her second son she lost. You know, her first son, my man. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in the streets. You know, but he was. Hey, Redbone with the new money. He wasn't in the streets, but he got caught up in the street gang. You know, he innocent bystander in the streets, man. But he wasn't in the streets. That's another John that I took kind of hard, man, when he got killed, man. You know, because he wasn't out there like that. You know, I just, you know, because there's too many niggas who be portraying that and professing that they this and that in these streets, and come to find out they're none of that. But the real guy who's not none of that, he ain't about that. He's just a stand-up man. Them the ones you lose in the street, you know. You know what I mean? And then you run it. Then that's why I don't understand how you know that's not your brother, but y'all the same. That like the same way the police would kill him, he'd kill the same nigga that's running in there telling on a nigga. How you gonna trust the police when they're not even their murder rate is just as high in the streets as a nigga or a killer, a shooter, you know, whatever you want to call a guy putting in work in the street. The police putting in mad work too. Just look around the country, because I know a lot of people don't even be paying focus to that, you know, because we got so many other distractions going on. You know, they got the punk stuff with the Diddy, you know what I mean, all that stuff. Like that how's that going to affect anybody on these YouTube's life? That ain't gonna affect nobody's life, whether that man go to jail, don't go to jail. You know what I mean? A lot of you niggas, y'all have been at Diddy parties if y'all was invited. Y'all know y'all would have. Come on now, YouTube niggas, y'all niggas would have been at Diddy parties. Y'all would have been carrying a baby oil, like, which, you know what I mean? Yeah. So stop it. You know, then you got the presidential election coming up. You know what I mean? But you still got in the real world, you know what I mean? The homelessness is at an all-time high due to the fact that they letting all these illegal immigrants in at an astronomical rate. You wake up and like you see 20 of them coming out of crib. They even putting them up in hotels now, yo. You know what I mean? And they're bringing their crime here too. Don't like, if I'm a criminal here, you think I ain't gonna come over here and be a criminal too? They over here bringing crime over here, and they undocumented. Don't nobody know who they are. They don't know these people that they allowing to come into the country. We be having so many distractions going on, man. But that's to keep you from what's really going on, to keep you stagnated, keep your mind stagnated. You know what I mean? They give you all these things that, you know, and once your brain get a look at it, it's just gonna go back. Oh man, let me see what, you know what I'm saying? But they keeping the real stuff, the real agendas, like what's gonna happen after this presidential election. You know what I mean? What's gonna happen after? Because we all understand. Like I was telling a lady today that you know, Kamala Harris is going to have a lot of difficulties due to the fact that she's a woman. See, we got to stop looking at things on the it's empowering for her as a woman of color. That ain't going to get the economy straight. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that a lot of these dignitaries and higher people, the kings and the prime ministers, they have like that much respect for women, that much. And some of them, not because that's just them, they just misogynistic individuals. It's cultural for some of them. Some cultures, it's man in front, woman in the back. And it's going to be hard for a lot of those diplomats and things to adjust to a woman being able to step, almost like have the same type of power as them. You know what I mean? So that's, people don't even look at that part of the issues that she's going to. Some of them going to look at her like they're going to have a lot of behind the door jokes about this lady, man. And you know, then if you get the businessman in there, it's, you know, he trying to run business as usual. And y'all know what business as usual for the United States is. You know what I mean? It's labor. United States is about labor, slave labor, and the economical structure, that's all about money. It's no more, you remember you could distinguish between the like me growing up, if you would put it in the books for statistically, I would have been considered a poor kid because I lived in the projects. You probably lived in a home, a home or something. You probably was considered middle class. And then we knew what the rich people have. We always said they was in California. They lived in, it was this. Now it's not that no more. It's the haves and the have-nots. No color barrier, no nothing. It's the haves and the have-not. Because if you got money, you can fuck with anybody. Anybody will deal with you. If you ain't got no bread, ain't nobody messing with you. You ain't got no assets, no collateral stuff, no credit. Nobody deals with you, man. I got everything out the mud. I'm a mud baby myself. Yeah. Once we get out that mud, though, we pristine. That's the thing about the mud babies. When they clean up, they don't just clean up, they are pristine. Speak easy. What do Speak Easy? What's going on? Speak, man. They done gunned down one of the homies, man. I think my man was messing with that cop girl or his wife. You know what I'm saying? And that man lured him to somewhere where wasn't no cameras at and pulled over, knowing that boy was known, he do that first response type shit. Tone was into that. You know what I mean? And Tone went to help that man. I'm guarantee you Tone went to help that man. Because don't nobody shoot you through they window. Man, everybody rolls their window down. Nobody shoot through their windshield. And he used his personal gun. That wasn't the cop gun he used. He used his personal piece. So that another reason why I said that shit was personal. They got to do, man, that shit a little personal to me. I think it was. Yeah, it was a cop did it, off-duty homicide detective. Called him up Holmesburg. He had the cop car was pulled over. And Tone, he's one of those first response people. He helped, roadside assistance and all that. He pulled up behind him in his whip, which was better than the cop's whip. You know what I mean? Tone way flyer than any cop. And the man shot him in the face. No words were exchanged, no nothing. Boom, just like that. Just like that. And we supposed to let that ride. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, man. He come from humble family, though, man. He come from a real humble family and shit, man. If y'all seen his brother, let me see if I run that clipping again. I'm gonna run that joint back. All right, here we go. Let me see. All right. Damn.
Learning more about the man shot and killed by an off-duty Philadelphia police detective last week. Tonight, his family speaking to Fox 29 and demanding answers about his death and the moments that led up to the gunshots. And Jeff, you spoke with family and their attorney today.
I did. The family of Robert Jones not only is demanding, of course, more details about his killing Thursday night by an off-duty Philadelphia homicide detective, but they say it may have been that Jones thought he was helping a stranded motorist. Michael Jones comforts his 70-year-old mother as friends gather in the Wilson Park community where his brother Robert grew up. His family says Robert Jones, 54, a longtime worker turned supervisor at a Northeast Philly metal manufacturer, is the man killed Thursday evening when an off-duty homicide detective shot him. What do you make of the fact that he was killed by an off-duty police officer?
It angers me a lot, but I got to stay focused. I got to stay under control.
Police report it was 11:30 Thursday night when the 43-year-old off-duty detective stopped his car in the turn lane of Willits Road near Holm Avenue with Jones' 2019 Kia behind him. Jones was shot through the window as he approached the detective's car on the driver's side. The family's attorney said he was unarmed and may have been trying to help what he thought was a stranded motorist.
You have an armed officer shoot and kill an unarmed person who is certified to do roadside assistance and is wearing a reflective jacket.
Did your brother possess a gun?
No.
Did he have a gun? You ever know him to have a gun?
No.
Police have released no other details about the shooting, including the detective's name. Despite searching a storm drain Thursday, police have not reported finding a gun. The detective fired his personal weapon. The Jones family says Robert, one of four brothers who was a self-taught artist, worked for 10 years on the Eagles ground crew.
To me, I feel as though whenever they're trying to save the officer, but at the same time they're trying to just put a stain on my brother's name.
By my account, this is an unjustified shooting, and unjustified shootings should be accompanied by criminal charges.
Now, we certainly need to know a lot more of what happened here Thursday night at 11:30. Philadelphia police did not release new or further details today. We were in contact, certainly, with the Philadelphia Police Department during the day today. The Jones family is angry, incensed, in fact, about early reports that this may have been some attempted carjacking. Absolutely false, they say. Live here in Northeast Philly, Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News, folks.
So that's how it went down. Hey, Breeze, what's going on, boss? 0 miles per hour. What's up, 0 miles per hour? Good to see you. Yeah, so that's what went down, man, and like I said, this is not the first time that, me, myself, personally has lost somebody close to me at the hands of the police on some unjust, shit. Because this right here, it's no way in the world that they should be able to justify this homicide. It's no way in the world. I mean, the reflective vest right there, tells you one thing. Nobody in their right mind carjacks a person in their personal car. Come on, y'all. I'm gonna take my car and go carjack a car that ain't even better than mine. Even if I'm going around carjacking, I'm gonna get a car that's better than mine, because in all actuality, I don't have one. He had everything. I mean, everything that most men Tone ain't never had no problems with. He had no issues out here, man. He was living a full life. You know what I mean? Outside, active in the community, working. He had no kids. Always been a single man, never had no kids. The reflective vest tells you I'm not here to hurt you. Everybody can see me. I got the reflective vest on. Like, come on now. And the thing about it, Speak, the boy ain't even rolled the window down. He shot right through the window. That right there seemed personal to me. That made it seem personal. Like I said, like Tone is known, he was always known to be a ladies' man. You know what I mean? Like Tone, you know what I'm saying? He'll pull a chick. He'll pull her. Nah, you can't. Yeah, Tone to get that. You know what I mean? He'd get that. He had that. You know what I mean? And that's why I believe in that, because I've seen it happen so many times as far as like, like I say, the civilians and the police, they interact outside of the police, outside of work. We all be in the same clubs, A lot of police gamble, so they be in the gambling houses and stuff too. Brother of a certain age, salute. They be in the gambling houses too. Hey, Miss Carla Martin, how you doing? You're not late. You always on time, Miss Carla Martin. As soon as you get in the building, you on time. You here. No such thing as late. We ain't late, people. We always on time when we get there. But it's sad, man, because they take advantage of our communities, man, because we have those reputations of, because I know that's going to come up. Well, he comes from a neighborhood known for killing cops. That's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? That's irrelevant to what the person that they hired to serve and protect our citizens, and then they turn around and shoot them through a closed window in a car because they're scared to death. This nigga had to be scared to death. What you so scared of? Hey, Rob B, how you doing? Good to see you in the building. You were scared to death. I've never seen a police in my neighborhood that wasn't kind of scary. They don't be having no heart. The only time they get that sense of authority is when they're in that group, that gang, you know what I'm saying? That gang. Or they do some coward shit like that. But I'm glad Tone people was on top of their game. Shout out to his older brother, man, for being able to hold yourself together and represent the family like that, man, because they're going to go through some things, because it took years. When they killed my homie Pop, you know what I mean? Unjustifiable homicide, even though the police was trying to handcuff him, you know what I mean? Now, Pop was a street guy. Cool, Pop a street guy. We all understood that. He was hustling, you know what I mean? But the thing was he was unarmed and he was running away from the police. The cop was so mad that my man slipped from out the cuff that he shot him. But it took years for his family to get, I ain't gonna say justice. It took years for his family to get justice, and his mother, she never been the same since she lost her son. Just like his mom ain't gonna be the same. Helen Jones, what's going on? That's going to change his mother's whole life. That's going to change his brother's whole life. He was the uncle for his nieces and nephews that when it was Christmas when he come through. When Tone come through for his nieces and nephews, he was that one. So they don't understand the magnitude of the effects that it's going to have on that man's family. They more concerned about, let's get this cop off. Let's get him off. Let's get him because he probably still wanted somebody move him to a desk, and he's still getting paid, and everybody's going on about their normal day or whatever, and we'll figure it out. No, their family, the Jones family, gonna have to live with that. They gotta carry that when the little kids, where Uncle Tone at? Well, they gotta tell them. They gotta tell them that, yeah, the police, and then telling your child or telling any small child that the police murdered your family member. What perception does that put in a child when he see police now? Because as a child growing up, when I was a little shorty, I was scared of the cops. I would run from them. I was scared when they caught. I didn't run because I did anything. I was just afraid of police because I never seen the police do anything good for anybody in my neighborhood. All I seen them come and beat people with sticks, throw people in wagons, shoot people. That's all I ever seen the police do my whole life. So what should I tell my son about police and how to handle them? Do y'all teach your children how to handle? Because you have to, as black parents, we have to teach our black sons and daughters how to handle police. And that's crazy because the perception of them is, you see the sign, protect and serve, what is far from the truth. That's the farthest thing from the truth. I was talking to my brother the other day. We talking about K-Car folks at Ringo Street. Yo, you probably remember when they killed Pop Altaska. Police shot him in his head. Then let me see. I come home, King, he doing this thing. A fight break out in the hood. The police come. By the time they got my man, and now this is a guy who, like, this guy here, we got family members together. Like, his brother got kids with my sister. We family. And when they put him in the wagon, the last thing you seen was his foot, his leg, just the dead man joint. You know what I mean? The back of the wagon, dead man joint. Boom. I said, they choked him out. He dead. Nah, he ain't. Nah. Yeah. Did his family ever get justice? They still fighting for justice. This happened in like 2014. His family's still fighting for justice. So yeah, man, like, we can't be letting all this Diddy, Shamoody shit and all this election shit and all these other frivolous stuff going on out here to distract us from the real issues that we be having in our own communities, in our own lives and shit, man. You know what I mean? It's way bigger than what you be getting on TV, through the news, the internet. You got to get out there. You got to be out there to know what's going on. You can't get it secondhand these days. You got to get it hands on. You know what I mean? If you're trying to help your people, protect your legacy, or if you got one, or you trying to build one. Damn, my pop lived on the 1700 block of Ringo. The Day family was 1600 block of Ringo. Yeah, I just left from down Ringo. I was down there earlier, making my rounds. My folks live on Ringo. They live on what would that be? 24th Street side? Yeah. Let me read some of them. I remember that I was down there in the 80s and 90s for Randy G, and I had the same. Okay. Crazy, man. I'd be thinking like, yo, I remember, man, my son was driving. We driving, and police pulled me over, you know what I mean, for nothing, you know. Pull me over. I told my son, man, you know the position, right? You know? Yeah, sooner let them see your hand, put your hand, go ahead and do it. I want them to see this shit. Then he looked in the car, see us, you know, I ain't no kid. I got a kid with me. Asked me about, man, come on, man. I'm a grown ass man. Why the fuck would I be riding around without a license and a registration? Insurance and shit like that. Like, kid in the car. That's not your job. You're not a fucking traffic cop. You're supposed to be out there looking for crime. You know what I mean? Not committing them. Every single day, a police officer is under investigation or written up for misconduct that they sweep up under the rug. Man, these cops be alcoholics. They be junkies. Because you know, if you do, say you on cocaine and you work for the police, they going to put you in rehab. They're not going to fire you and none of that. They're going to put your smoking coke ass in rehab and you're going to get out and you're the same as any other addict. Just because you got a badge and gun don't make you a different type of addict. And those are the type of people that take out here what we call protecting and serving. Don't call the fire department in Virginia. They got guns. What? The fire department carry guns? Wow, Virginia? That's crazy, yo. Facts. I never called the police, man. As a child, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I remember I was a kid and I did call the police. It was on a Sunday and my mom wasn't home. And I had a real bad toothache. I called the police. I sat on my step. They came. I told them I got a toothache. They was like, we can't do nothing with you. We can't. And I just sat there and waited till Monday morning until my mom came home. But anyway, like, yeah, I never called the police. I never encouraged nobody to call the police. You know what I'm saying? If I was to get robbed today, I'm not calling no police. I'm going to call somebody, but it won't be the police. And that's fucked up. We ain't really got nobody we can call we call them after the fact. You know? And that's why I don't understand when niggas be running to the police. The police can't save you. Why you run to the cops? They can't save you. They not even trying to save you. They come when I'm finished with you. That's when the police come. If they ain't out there doing dirt, they ain't doing nothing. I know man, listen, I know cops was running around the street taking niggas' money. I'm talking about nothing. He'd pay you to sit on a D-boy for him. Yeah. And he'd go pull up, whoop, put his lights on his truck, whoop, whoop, whoop a nigga right over, pull him over. What you got? Yeah, take 70 from me. Truth, you know what I'm talking about. Take 70 racks from him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Finally got indicted for that shit. But Philadelphia is corrupt cops. You know how many niggas out here work for cops? They get their bag from a cop. They get their work from a police officer. They are a gang in my city, yo. That's why they can shoot a nigga through a window and they be looking for a gun. He got the gun. They digging up the ground looking for a gun. Listen, if I pull out a gun on you and you shoot me, how am I going to get a gun in a sewer hole across? If you shoot me in my face at close range and I got a gun in my hand, when the police come, the ambulance come, they're going to find that gun in my hand or in that area around me. Why are they digging up a hole in the ground looking for a gun? Me too, Sandro. When they roll by, I look the other way. Listen, it was a time when they rolled by, when I was in that mix, when the police rolled by, I would clutch. We gonna get it on. I used to tell people, man, like, nah, no way in the world I'm gonna let him take me. He ain't even built like that. The only reason why he has some superiority over me is because he got sworn in and he got a badge and a uniform on. But far as what's inside the ticker, underneath the chest, he ain't built like I'm built. He ain't ready for me. What's that NWA said? I come from that type of time. You know, it was always F them. Always middle finger to them. Because I never seen them in the light of respectability. But I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, though. Today, the young boys, and I asked them, like, yo, what you trying to do when you know what I'm saying, get up in age when you got to take care of yourself? And they say, man, I want to be an athlete. Or I say, I ask them, you think about being a police officer? Oh, no, I don't want to be no cop. I'm like, it's nothing wrong with being a cop, man. You'll be able to protect your hood. That's what we need. We need our own. We need our own young, strong-minded youth that's coming up to take jobs like police officers. You know what I'm saying? We need a balance out here, man. It's unbalanced. You know what I mean? Why would I put a person in my hood to protect it when he's afraid? He's afraid of if you took his badge and gun, he wouldn't be able to be in the neighborhood. He wouldn't be able to stand in the neighborhood and do anything. He needs that badge and a gun. If you're not able to stand in the neighborhood and garner the support of the people as an authoritative figure with a position as a police or something, without that gun, you shouldn't be allowed to work in that neighborhood. There was a time when the police walked through the neighborhood twirling a stick with a whistle. Yeah, facts. A lot of these black cops now are Nigerians, not us. Well, and you know, man, they don't like us. I don't get that. The Nigerians and Africans and Jamaicans, Trinidadians, they have like some sort of issue with people who identify as black. I'm just a black man. Some of them have a superiority complex. They think they're better than you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what it is. But you know how I feel about a nigga in issues. They his. You deal with them. You deal with them, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about other people's issues. Let's keep it on a level where if it ain't right, it ain't right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. I can deal with any of them. If I'm wrong, I'll deal with the wrongs of my actions. If I'm right, I'll deal with that. You know what I mean? But yeah, like that's crazy for you to say that, you know, a lot of these new cops is Nigerians and things of that nature. And I know man, I had an African boy told me he would tell the police, that I tried to rob him. He was dirty. He had no sandals. His bottom of his foot looked like a shoe, looked like a heel. And I looked at him. He said, "They will believe me. I will tell them you tried to rob me because you are a nigga." And I looked at him and I believed him. I said, "Yeah." He called the police. They gonna believe him. So I just got away from him. Yeah, real shit. We got into an argument. You know what I mean? You know, I bombed on him, cussed him all out. That motherfucker said, "I call the police and tell them you tried to rob me." I said, "What? No, I don't give a fuck about you calling the police." He said, "Yes, I wait." I said, "You know what? This motherfucker trying to get me locked up." And they will believe him. The only reason they would be looking for a gun is if the cop said he had one. I'm sure that he said I'm quite sure he said he had a gun. Speak. That's why he probably said he shot him through the window. But me and you both know if I got a gun and you shoot me, the gun ain't going nowhere unless you took it. Did somebody else come up and take the gun? Because it's impossible for it to be in a sewer hole so deep y'all got dig the goddamn ground up. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing. Y'all know ain't no gun around. Y'all know that man ain't had no gun. No, the fact of the matter is, Carla, you probably missed the clip, but what happened was they tried to say my folks was going to carjack this undercover off-duty police officer. For one, we know nobody carjacks anybody with their personal vehicle. Number two, my man's car was better than his. Number three, he's a certified he helped people in distress. You know what I mean? So he's seen a car that he thought was in distress. Number four, he had on a reflective vest. I want everybody to see me walk up to this car. And number five, the cop never even rolled down the window. He shot him through the window, the closed driver's side window, one hole. And y'all gonna tell me that's a justifiable homicide because you worked for the boys in blue. That's bullshit. We ain't gonna let this ride like that. We gonna get to the bottom of this. We gonna get some justice for the Jones family out here. You know what I'm saying? And because the last time we had shit like this happen, we had riots out in my neighborhood. Yeah, we fight back. You know what I mean? We especially when we in the right. Yeah, we'll stand on this. We gonna stand on this one, y'all. No, we definitely gonna stand on this one.
Learning more about the man shot and killed by an off-duty Philadelphia police detective last week. Tonight, his family speaking to Fox 29 and demanding answers about his death and the moments that led up to the gunshots. And Jeff, you spoke with family and their attorney today.
I did. The family of Robert Jones not only is demanding, of course, more details about his killing Thursday night by an off-duty Philadelphia homicide detective, but they say it may have been that Jones thought he was helping a stranded motorist. Michael Jones comforts his 70-year-old mother as friends gather in the Wilson Park community where his brother Robert grew up. His family says Robert Jones, 54, a longtime worker turned supervisor at a Northeast Philly metal manufacturer, is the man killed Thursday evening when an off-duty homicide detective shot him. What do you make of the fact that he was killed by an off-duty police officer?
It angers me a lot, but I got to stay focused. I got to stay under control.
Police report it was 11:30 Thursday night when the 43-year-old off-duty detective stopped his car in the turn lane of Willits Road near Holm Avenue with Jones' 2019 Kia behind him. Jones was shot through the window as he approached the detective's car on the driver's side. The family's attorney said he was unarmed and may have been trying to help what he thought was a stranded motorist.
You have an armed officer shoot and kill an unarmed person who is certified to do roadside assistance and is wearing a reflective jacket.
Did your brother possess a gun?
No.
Did he have a gun? You don't know him to have a gun?
No.
Police have released no other details about the shooting, including the detective's name. Despite searching a storm drain Thursday, police have not reported finding a gun. The detective fired his personal weapon. The Jones family says Robert, one of four brothers who was a self-taught artist, worked for 10 years on the Eagles ground crew.
To me, I feel as though whenever they're trying to save the officer, but at the same time they're trying to just put a stain on my brother's name.
By my account, this is an unjustified shooting, and unjustified shootings should be accompanied by criminal charges.
Now, we certainly need to know a lot more of what happened here Thursday night at 11:30. Philadelphia police did not release new or further details today. We were in contact, certainly, with the Philadelphia Police Department during the day today. The Jones family is angry, incensed, in fact, about early reports that this may have been some attempted carjacking. Absolutely false, they say. Live here in Northeast Philly, Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News. Folks.
Jeff, thank you very much.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the story. And it's their part that we got to get down to. Why that cop shot that man, you know. Oh my. Yeah, there you go. That's exactly, Carla. Now you see what I'm talking about? That's what that is. That's what that is. If that was me, I'd be behind bars right now with no bail for some murder charges. He behind another desk in another police precinct going about his day. excuse me, y'all. But yeah, that's it, man. That's what we going down. That's what's going down right now. So I'm gonna be on that type time for a minute, seeing what we doing as far as visuals, and I'll keep y'all posted, and how the legal thing is going, going to go out, and yeah, I appreciate the new memberships. 0 miles per hour. I think somebody else hit the membership. Me and Mines hit the membership. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in the building. My guy Breeze, Too Big for Skinny Jeans, Miss Carla Martin, Young Riaz, Raw B, Miss Thangs, everybody, Redbone with the new money, all of y'all. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, y'all, put my man Tone family in y'all RIPs, man. And everybody else stay safe and be aware, man. And yeah, y'all have y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. And everybody, have enjoy the rest of y'all week, man. I see y'all soon. Have a good one. I'm out.